friends. Pastor Franklin here at Salt Church in Troy, and today I'm joined by Tillie Amann, who has a fantastic story of her family's escape from Nazi Germany. We talked at the church picnic this year, and I was captivated by this, and I wanted to make sure we had this on tape because to try to tell it myself just wouldn't do it justice. So welcome. Hi. It's good to
Hi.
have you here.
Okay, so
So tell me, when were you born and where?
I was born in August 1934 in Poland.
In Poland, right?
Yeah.
Now, your family wasn't originally from Poland, were they?
No, they were
Yeah.
my family, my ancestor. They immigrated from Germany to Poland in 1600 some. Yeah.
They left. And why did they leave? What?
They leave Germany because there was no jobs, and I think also poverty and stuff.
Sure.
So for some reason they were offered some piece of land in Poland,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know if they were bought it or it was just given to them,
Mm-hmm.
because Poland was so not populated,
Unpopulated.
unpopulated,
Sure.
yeah. So they wanted some more people in there,
Mm-hmm.
and so my ancestor decided to go and take the Poland up and have a piece of property. In
They have a
the,
little farm or?
yeah, the farm.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
you have a few acres of land,
Mm-hmm.
and they built themselves a little house
Mm-hmm.
and had some animals, and they were more self-sufficient, They're, yeah.
Yeah.
That was my ancestor, because
Sure.
I remember my grandparents. That's all what they did. They were like a little farm,
Mm-hmm. Now, were they always Lutheran or did they?
They were always Lutheran. Those
Yeah.
were the Lutherans. I guess they probably were not after the turmoil in Germany when Martin Luther,
Mm-hmm.
converted so many of them, and they were not welcome there.
Yeah.
Especially Bavaria and that things.
Sure.
Yeah. So I think they decided to leave Germany and build a life in Poland.
Sure.
Yeah.
Now, Poland's rather Catholic, so was that
Yes.
a problem at all, or?
And maybe years ago, which I don't know, but when I grew up, it wasn't that much of a problem.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit problem, yes, because as of 1939, when Germany took over Poland, there were those ration stamps,
Sure.
and the German people, they had more of the ration stamps than the Polish people.
Mhm.
So they were kind of, there was kind of rivalry.
Jealous, maybe?
Jealous rivalry,
Yeah.
because why? Because they're Lutherans
Mm-hmm.
for some reason.
Yeah.
And everybody that immigrated at that time, they were all Lutherans.
Mm-hmm.
But there was only actually a handful of Lutheran in each town, so to say.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else was Catholic.
Catholic, yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. So, when did your family realize it was time to leave Poland? What was going on that culminated, and how old were you at this point?
Well, I was 9,
Mm-hmm.
but in 1944 we heard all those big noises, there
Bombs
and
shelling
shelling and
tanks.
something going off.
Mm-hmm.
And also at nighttime we seen the sky all lit up.
Mm-hmm.
So the German decided to evacuate the Germans, because when the Russia would come and they knew that we were German, we would not be alive.
Oh my.
They would, because
The women and children too? Just
Yeah.
shoot them?
yeah,
Oh my.
shoot them or put them in a camps.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason the German, they kind of took us a step ahead of Russian before the Russian. When they made a step forward, we made a step forward.
Mm-hmm.
So on August the 8th, 1944, we had a messenger from the Burgermeister. He came on a bike, gave my mom a little note that we had to pack up, get our wagon ready. The next day, we had to go to this one town to assemble.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and we were leaving Poland.
You had one day to get ready.
Yeah.
Did you leave a lot of stuff behind?
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
You know, on a wagon you cannot take
Sure.
nothing. The only thing is that we took this. It's a good thing we did the bedding. You know,
Mhm.
the feather thickeners. You know,
Mhm.
kept us warm.
Sure.
And some in sacks of flour
Sure.
and some grain and whatever my mom could have and some maybe kitchen utensil and pots and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, the wagon was that big, and besides, were there 5 children
There were
there.
5 of you.
Well, 5 of us.
Yeah.
And my mom.
Mm-hmm. Where was your dad?
My dad was already since 1941 in the army.
Fighting for the Germans because they
Yeah.
occupied Poland.
Yeah. They were fighting. They were fight. He was pulled into a German army because, of course, we were German descent.
Sure.
You know.
How did they? I wonder how they found that out, where they could draft him like that.
I think everything was in like a city hall.
Oh yeah.
You know where they lived and their
Mhm.
names and everything else, or the
Mhm.
Burgermeister had it all, you
Mhm.
know, and stuff. Yeah. So that's, and we had to pack up and be the next day in the little town, and we kind of line up one wagon behind each other,
Mhm.
and there was a leader. He had some papers. I guess he had the command, and he kind of knew where we were going.
Yeah.
Just out of Poland toward Germany.
Mhm.
German
So you went
border.
back to Germany.
Yeah, we went back to
Okay.
Germany.
What part?
West Germany.
Mhm. Hanover area.
Hanover area. That's when we landed after 9 months.
9 months it took.
That 9 months it took
Wow.
us to get from there till where we landed in Hanover.
One step ahead of the Russians all the way.
All the way, one step up of the
And
Russian.
you all that time you could hear the
Yeah.
shelling in the oh my
yeah.
gosh.
Yeah. We were. It was tough journey because there was not much food,
Mhm.
and so I was the oldest one. So I was sent out to the farmers when we drove to a farmland or something
Mhm.
to beg for some food and for. I had a little brother who was 9 months old at that time.
Mhm.
He needed some milk, and just to beg for some milk. Some people were good, and some people were not that good because
Oh,
we
yeah.
were just like you know.
Mhm. Like the gypsies almost.
I didn't.
Kind of.
I thought about gypsies, but I didn't want to
It's
say
okay.
like gypsies. Yeah,
Yeah.
like
I'm part
gypsies.
Hungarian. You can say gypsies. Go
Gypsies?
ahead. Yeah, say
Oh,
gypsies.
Hungarian. Oh, Hungarian has lots of them.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, and yes. So my 12-year-old brother, he was in charge of the horses and the wagon, and he was a foreman. You know, he had to do that, and I
Yeah.
was in charge of getting the food for my family because my mom couldn't leave the little baby because just in case something happened to my mom, then we would be all orphans, and
Oh,
where we
my.
be, and then I don't know what would have happened.
Yeah.
So
What happened to the baby?
my brother, he was kind of on a sickly side, and also way underweight because he didn't have the nourishment, and we all were underweight anyways. But when we arrived in Germany, and that was 2 weeks before the World War II ended. It was like in April or something, and the war ended on the 8th of May. Yeah, 8th of May when the war ended. Then my brother got sick with measles,
Mm-hmm.
and there was no doctor,
Mm-hmm.
and he passed away.
Oh. But
Uh,
he wasn't vaccinated?
he was not. We all vaccinated, so we none of us were caught the measles because I
Mm.
remember we were all vaccinated
Yeah.
years ago. But he was not vaccinated because he was born during the war, during the turmoil of
Mm-hmm.
Russian and all that stuff.
Sure.
So he was not vaccinated. Yeah, so he
In
passed away.
in that 9-month trek to get back to Germany, were there other people dying? As I mean, there other people dying or being shot, or how did that work?
Well, lots of, not that I know, but lots of people in the meantime. Not that I recall from the people that were traveling with us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what I, but other people, yes. Other people,
Yeah.
yes.
So you had a whole caravan of wagons, people
Yeah.
leaving Poland,
Toward,
going
and we
to.
all were going toward Berlin
Mm-hmm.
because that was our goal. Get all those people from all over the, even Ukraine, people were
Mm-hmm.
evacuated in Ukraine. There were lots of Germans.
Mm.
And I don't know Russia, that I don't know, but La- Latvia, is
Sure.
that the Latvia?
Mm-hmm.
Because I had a girlfriend from Latvia that I met, and they were the same way they were evacuated,
Mm-hmm.
because they were German descent,
Mm.
German blood,
Yeah.
So they had to, and Germany wanted to take out all the people before the Russian got them.
Sure.
So we just had to go as told us. It was a long journey because we made lots of stops in between, sometimes 2 weeks, sometimes 1 week only. We were put up in big halls and barracks, sometimes in like a beer garden when they had a big hall or something like this.
Yeah.
For overnight or 2 nights and stuff like this, and all slept on wooden floor with some straw on it.
Sure. Now
Doing,
you mentioned at the picnic that sometimes you had to hide in the forest. What was that
yeah,
like?
that was when the caravan was going. I remember it was even the city Königsberg, and we were all on the road, and it was before the forest. Germany had lots of forests,
Sure.
and those, lots of trees and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like this. And as we were traveling one by then the planes came, and they got so deep down, and they had those big
Turret guns and
the guns,
yeah,
they were
strafing the ground.
yeah,
and-
the shooting.
wow.
So we had to stop the wagon, and then run as fast as we could into the forest so they didn't see us. Because thank God I don't remember that anybody from that wagon at that time was hit.
That's
And-
amazing.
And after they left, then we went back in a heaven and we could, the wagon, and then we could just continue wherever they took us. And the goal was we're gonna go all the way toward the Berlin, because Berlin was the main
hub.
yeah, the main Berlin was the main city of the of Germany.
Sure.
For some reason. But then Berlin got so many of those homeless people, or those that they wouldn't accept anymore.
Yeah.
So then we were told to go around Berlin, not to Berlin, just around Berlin. And that was God sent that we never arrived in Berlin otherwise, because it was such a bad bombing.
Yeah.
There's so many
Buildings were just
oh yes, so many
obliterated.
that there was, I don't know how many thousands of people were slaughtered right there, and lots of them were just like us, those immigrants, But we didn't make it, so they converted us or whatever.
Yeah.
A different route, and we went through field ways, you know, whether
Sure.
you know,
Farm
so
roads, stuff like
yeah,
that.
farm roads, yeah,
Yeah.
the field.
Did you say you ended up in Hanover?
We landed up in it's
By Hanover.
Hanover is a big city,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a surrounding is like villages.
Yes.
In one of the villages by Hanover. We landed up there. Yeah.
What happened to your dad? Did you ever see him again, or how did that work?
My dad was drafted in 1941 into the army.
Mm-hmm.
We saw him once. We were stationed in one of those stops. So he found us somehow. They must have had, they didn't have the communication we have now, but somehow
Yeah.
I think the track, each of those, not the track, what is it? The wagon trains had a number or name. And he found us because he knew we were with a thing. So he found us, and that was actually in 1944, around Christmas 1944, that he found us, and he stayed with us he had furlough. But the reason he had furlough, because he was in the battle against the Russian in 1944 by Russia, but he was injured. He had a bullet in his leg, so they couldn't put him in the front anymore. So he was like on sick leave.
Oh, okay.
Furlough.
Yeah.
And for I think a week or something,
Did they remove the bullet?
I hope they did. I think they did because he doesn't. Didn't say. He also lost a finger, on his right hand. That's his finger
Oh
was
my!
just a bullet just shot through it.
Shot right there. Oh, man
He
alive!
lost a finger, and he found us there, but he had to report back into his his company. So he had to be back in his military office or whatever, and we continue on, and slowly but surely, and then we landed in 2 weeks before the war was over by Hanover in a small town. In a small town, it's just a farmer's town.
Yeah.
They didn't welcome us that good either, but they had to do it because they had to take us, they had to give us housing. And the Burgermeister, he said, okay, you take this family, you take that family, you take a family. They had to give us a room, at least one room with a cooking facility that you can cook at least something,
Indoor plumbing?
No.
Oh, okay.
No,
Yeah.
and no, in the plumbing, no, we had to go in whatever,
Yeah.
whatever. And then my little brother, Friedrich,
yeah.
Friedrich, he developed measles. Yeah, I remember those measles, yeah. And he had such a high fever and high stuff. And I remember it was right after the war. My mom sent me to a doctor in the next town. So I walked to him and I told him, that I have a sick brother if he would like to come. Well, he didn't come till about 2 days later. And it was too late. He passed away then. Yeah. So we had a funeral for him, but we couldn't do the right way. I know the pastor came, and we had to go through the forest back way into the cemetery. We couldn't go the
main
right
streets,
way,
yeah.
the main street, or use the church or something.
Wow.
We couldn't do that. It was just done in a house.
Yeah.
The pastor came and and whatever it needed to be done. And then I think we had some maybe one or two people that carry his casket, and the pastor, we kind of walked
Yeah.
through the rough stuff into the cemetery.
So he got a good burial then.
Yeah, he had a Christian burial. Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
Good.
And he
God
was
is good, yeah.
yeah, and he was
Mhm.
also baptized.
Good.
So yeah,
Good.
yeah.
Now, kind of a two-part question. Did your father come home? I mean, did you see your father again? And what was the celebration like?
Well, the celebration when my dad got home, very big. Oh God, because my dad was captured by the British, and he was in Britain. I don't know if he was in London, but someplace in Britain as a war prisoner. But after 2 years, he was let go. So he knew where we were. So he took whatever trains or ferry or whatever, and he got to the town, Anzen. That's what it called, is Anzen. And then in the beginning of that town, there used to be oh, a place where they repair bikes.
Sure.
And my older brother, at that time, he was already like 13, okay? He was helping because there was no schools yet.
Yeah.
We couldn't go to school. The schools were not open yet. So, and he was interested in mechanical. So he was helping this Mr. Aust, was his name, with bicycle. And while he was there, because it was actually the first building of into the town when my dad walked, and he stopped there and asked for our name. So whom do you think he asked? My brother.
That's funny.
My brother was working from there. And then right away, because my brother had a bike,
Another blessing.
Yeah, was a blessing. Yeah. And then already because we lived on the other end of town, some kids came along and they said, "Oh, my brother's name was Henry." Said, "Your brother Henry is coming with an older man, and I think it's your dad." Oh dear Lord, was I said, we couldn't believe it.
Your mom must have been ecstatic.
Oh gosh, yeah. Oh,
Did they have any other kids after he came home?
Yes, they had. He came home in 1947.
Yeah.
In fall, and then the next year I think in September, 28th of September.
Didn't waste any time, did he?
No, they didn't waste any time. They wanted
make up for lost time.
Exactly, make up for lost time. They got a boy. We got a boy. And I was praying so hard when my mom was giving birth, because it was in a home. She go, and I said, because we had only one brother and 3 sisters. So I said, "Dear Lord, send us another boy. We need another boy, brother, And thank God it was a boy. And we named him Werner. Werner, yeah. Werner Eric, yeah.
Old family name, Verna, or just an old German name?
Old German name.
Verna. Like Ottilie is an old German name.
Yeah.
Ottilia.
Ottilia is a very old German name. Werner is
interesting.
More, yeah.
So, and every time I talk to you, I learn something new. This is excellent. So, when did you decide to come to the States? And then you came alone, right?
Yes.
How old were you, and what was that like? When was that? I mean,
I came to the States in 1951.
Oh, okay.
In the Sunday before Thanksgiving.
Really? Great time to come.
Yeah. Well,
how old were you then?
17.
17?
I was 17, yeah. My mother had an uncle here, and he needed to sponsor. At that time, they needed a sponsor, and they were actually, they needed care of us for 5 years
Mhm.
till we became citizens.
Mhm.
Because years ago they didn't have all those what you have the hands out or whatever, you know,
Yeah,
those.
handouts and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you couldn't. So the sponsor were responsible for the people. If you sponsor somebody from the other countries, you're responsible for them. You
Mhm.
could not put them on welfare.
What was the journey like? What tell us about that?
Oh, the journey. I came with a boat, and the
Mhm.
boat was like a troop ship.
Oh, okay.
What they did, they brought soldiers from here from New York, from America,
Mhm.
all the way to Bremerhaven.
Mhm.
They needed some extra soldiers in America. I mean Germany, and then the boat was empty.
Mhm.
So there were so many displaced persons that wanted to go to America. They loaded displaced persons. You know, I came as a DP. That's just a displaced person, I think. Yeah.
Why didn't anybody else go with you?
Because my uncle and aunt, they didn't want to take the responsibility for the whole family.
That's a lot of money, a lot of
It's
responsibility.
lots
Yeah.
of responsibility.
Yeah.
The money would be probably, they had the money to pay, and lots of the, because I came to Lutheran Aid,
Mhm.
then they made all the papers for them. But then you are responsible for the housing.
Mhm.
And we were our 7 people, 5 kids and 2
Yeah.
grown-ups. That's a big family,
It is.
you know. So they didn't want to, and they didn't. Yeah, it would have been nice to have family here. Let me tell you, when I came over here, I was by myself.
Did you come through Ellis?
Ellis Island, yeah,
You did, yeah.
yeah.
So how did you didn't speak English, you spoke Polish and German, right? No English. How did you get from Ellis Island and where'd you end up when you went west? Where'd you you ended up here in Michigan?
In Michigan, in Detroit.
Oh.
In Detroit, yeah. I went to Ellis Island. There, took us off the boat. We went on a buses. We went there, and they processed us with the papers and everything else. And then the Lutheran Aid helped me. I think my aunt arranged it over here. You know, that took me and into the Grand Central Station in New York. Was it Grand Central Station? Yeah, in New York. And they also brought me some food there, and I had to wait till the train came and took us to Detroit. And I was put. I remember the lady helping me, putting me on the train, and I put him in the evening, and we drove actually all through the night, and in the morning we landed in Detroit.
Wow.
And in Detroit there was no help. There was no
Lutheran Aid or
Lutheran Aid.
yeah.
But you know, I just followed the people. We had to go into the waiting room.
What was your impression? I mean, you're
Big.
Yeah. Yeah.
Big is, and also all in one piece.
Yeah.
Because in Germany everything was kaputt.
Yeah. Alles kaputt. Yeah. Yeah.
So, but then I had to. I never met my aunt and uncle, so I had, but I just saw a picture of my uncle, and they looked more like my mother. So when I was walking out from there into the waiting room, I seen 2 people sitting there. So I figured it must be them. So I walked right through them. At them, and I just asked the name. Yeah, it was them. Yeah.
Big reunion. Yeah.
Yeah, big reunion.
Yeah.
You know?
And the week before Thanksgiving. So did they celebrate American Thanksgiving?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Very much.
So here you come from a bombed out
Yeah.
country. You're eating what, bread, and if you're lucky, and
Yeah.
water, and
Right.
what you can get your hands on. And now you're at a table, and
Yeah.
it's just packed full of turkey and mashed
Yeah. Oh
potatoes
yeah.
and German
Yeah.
foods.
Yeah.
What was that like?
Oh, very nice, very
Yeah.
nice, very nice, very. I couldn't believe it. Especially, we didn't know the turkeys or something
Hmm.
like this that they have this year, that holiday,
Sure.
because it was right now they probably have, but
Yeah.
years ago they didn't.
Yeah.
And then my aunt made the turkey, and all the trimmings, and she invited some good friends, and they spoke German.
Hmm.
So I had somebody to talk to. Very, very nice. That was mine.
Did you speak English, or did anyone in that area speak English? Not a.
Oh, my aunts and uncles, yeah, because
Yeah.
they were here before war. So
Okay.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
but you didn't speak any English.
No.
Oh my. But it's a good thing they spoke.
Polish? That spoke
And the
Polish
German?
and German.
That's good.
Yeah, so both
So
of
you
them.
weren't alone.
Yeah,
Okay.
so yeah. My uncle, he spoke more Polish, which I understood them anyways,
Mm-hmm.
because through my grandmother. And my aunt, she was more German.
Mm-hmm.
She actually, her first language was German, and a second Polish.
Yeah. And there was at that time there was a huge German population at 6 Mile or Van Dyke and Harper. That whole area, German and Polish, and
Yeah.
yeah. So
Very.
that must have helped.
Yeah. Then we went also with my aunt to the German paper. There used to be Abendpost,
Yes.
all
And
the
then
way
now
up.
we have Wachenpost. It's still a paper, yeah.
Yeah, there is a Wochenpost now.
Mm-hmm.
There's a Wochenpost, but at that time I think it came probably every second day.
Mm-hmm.
So we signed up for that, and so at least I could read and what was going to go on there. But it was very early in 51. At that time, there were lots of people just coming, and all the German parks and
Sure.
and stuff like this open up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Now,
that was.
go ahead.
So that was my coming. My eyes
Yeah.
were wide open. I couldn't believe.
I can
all
only
the stuff.
imagine how big your eyes must
Yes.
have been when all that food was on the
Yes.
table. Now, did you ever get to see your family again, or
Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
you did.
After 7 years, we
Mhm.
went back to Germany.
Mm-hmm.
I was married at that time and had my first child.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, I just needed to go to see my family because I grew up with a very tight families, with my brothers and sister, and I was the only one that supported them all the way through the bigger stuff that we went there.
Yeah.
Because
That must have been fun.
yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. That was fun. It was just fun to be home,
Sure.
and just to.
Was it sad though because of all the memories, or was it more of
No, it was happy.
a God's blessing type of thing?
God's blessing, because and especially my mother, when I talked to my mother, she told me a few times she wanted to put everything behind her.
Mm-hmm.
When I remember a few things, and I tried to talk to her, and she said, I don't want to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to me, she said, I never lived in Poland, she said. I thought I lived all the time just in Germany.
Yeah,
So
in her
she
heart, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
she puts it, because it
Yeah.
was so hard for her. So I couldn't go back and said, oh, you remember this, you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
She didn't want to remember because it was so hard.
Oh, sure. Now, they never moved back to Poland. They settled in Germany.
No, never back to Poland.
No.
Because after the war, Poland was taken over by Russia.
Yes.
And they had their, I don't know what happened to the land and the house that they had.
Mm-hmm.
And also my grandparents' houses. There was, I don't know if anybody lived there. I don't think so. Because years ago, like maybe 10 years ago, we decided, after my parents passed away, we decided to have a siblings reunion.
Mm-hmm.
So, because I have a sister here in Germany, in America,
Mm-hmm.
and her husband, and we flew down there to Germany. And my brother, who works at the VWs, he
Mhm.
rented a big bus
Mm-hmm.
and loaded up full of good stuff.
No beer though, right?
I don't know what that. I don't know what that. And so we ventured out and we went back to Poland.
Mm-hmm.
So we visited my grandparents' house,
Mm-hmm.
which nobody was in there. The other grandparents' house didn't exist, only the land.
Mm-hmm.
In my parents' house, it still existed. Some other people were living in there.
Mm-hmm.
So I still knew Polish, so we stopped. We drove by in there, and we drove in there, and we talked with the lady who owned the house now. So actually, nothing actually changed in that house since I remember.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
an older couple bought it, and they lived there already. She said for about 15 years
Mm-hmm.
they had it. You
Wow.
know. So
Wow.
it was for me, it was kind of closure.
Yeah.
And I went. I also visit my school, and then we drove over to the city to the church where I was baptized.
Mm-hmm.
And also, my cousin arranged that the pastor came and opened the church,
Mm-hmm.
and they had German services there.
Oh, did they?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
They had
Yeah.
German services there, and I got to take lots of pictures of the church.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice church in the middle of the town,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't remember before I left, but then I renew my memory.
Yeah.
It was very, very nice. It was such a closure from another chapter in my life, but it was a closure
Sure.
after adult when
Mm-hmm.
we went there. Yeah.
Did your mom ever make it over for a visit, or your dad, or just the siblings?
Just the siblings.
Just the siblings.
Just the siblings.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so. My mother wanted to go back, or my
Mm-hmm.
dad, because it was too hard for them to. There was nothing, I guess, for them to
Yeah.
to whatever. The house was taken care of by Poles,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So, yeah,
Wow.
that was a
Fantastic journey. And tell me, in all of this, and all of the growing up and the turmoil and the bombings and the getting here and not knowing how you were going to, how did you see God working in your life and all of this? What was your prayer life?
very much, very much. Oh yeah, I did. I was taught to pray. My mom was very religious.
Mm-hmm.
And I was taught to pray all the time. If there's something, this one time I remember I got lost someplace in a forest. I didn't know where I were, and I just prayed to God. So just please lead me to that path. Once I'm on a path, I know how to get home. And it happened.
Mm-hmm.
It happened. Oh yeah. And I was very young. I was very at that time maybe 5 or 7 or 8, something
Wow.
like this. Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are very religious and also Lutheran. You know,
Yeah.
both of us. My parents too, both of them. Yeah.
Yeah. So through all of it, through the shelling and the noise and then the travel, you felt that God was always with you, guiding you, and
of course,
Yeah,
he was
and
guiding us, you
there
know,
you
so
are,
we
yeah.
didn't get taken over by the Russians,
Mm-hmm.
because the Russian, they were just a step. I mean, we were just a step ahead of them.
Hmm.
You know, yeah.
It's like being
But
chased, like a bad dream.
yeah, just
and-
like a bad dream. That's true.
Mhm.
That's true. Because we heard the shelling and we heard the bombing and the fire burning. So they must have burned some kind of buildings or something,
Mhm.
you know. And that was not far away. And that's the reason why I think they waited so long in order to evacuate us.
Yeah.
Because the the Russian people, because of the war that against German was not well, anyways, no fun either to against the
Sure.
Russia. They
Yeah.
were such a big enemies,
Hmm.
and anything that had German blood, they just didn't want to. They just want to get rid of it.
Mm.
So
Sad.
that's why, yeah.
And God kept you through.
But we were saved. We were saved.
Hmm.
With lots of hardship. It was not easy. It wasn't easy, especially during those months that we had to travel with a wagon train.
Sure. Sure.
Because that was just like gypsies. Almost every few days or something like someplace different.
Hmm.
And also with the food, it was very difficult. But we also had some help. If the Red Cross helped us a lot,
Hmm.
because they do have Red Cross in I think all over. So that when they knew that there's a bunch of people coming, they had either in a hall or maybe in the middle of a Times Square, big kettles full of soup at least,
Hmm.
hot meals.
Yeah.
Whatever they put in, it tasted good because we were hungry like anything. So it tasted
Hmm.
it tasted good. So they did help us out with food. Yes.
And then through all that, God led you here to Salt in the 70s,
Yeah.
and you've been
Late
here ever since.
late 70s. Late 70s. Yeah.
Hmm.
Late 70s. Yeah. 79. Yeah. Close to, yeah. Something like that. Yeah.
So over 45 years.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Well, this
Yeah.
has been good. I heard this at the picnic. I've heard it before, and it's an incredible story. I don't think we've touched on everything, but this is what we have. And folks, this is an incredible story. For those of you that know Tillie here at church or would like to talk to her, just look her up. She's in the directory, and I'm sure she would talk with you. For those of you watching online that don't know Tillie, it's an incredible story, and we're glad you joined us today. If you're not familiar with Salt Church, we have traditional services Saturday at 5, then again on Sunday morning at 8:30. Then we have a lively contemporary service Sunday mornings at 11, and that's your favorite service.
Yes.
That's where all the people hang out. That's the bigger service here. And we encourage you to join us either in person or online. You can see us on Facebook, just Salt Church Troy. Same thing with our YouTube channel. And we thank you for joining us. And just remember, God loves you and God is with you. Auf Wiedersehen.
Wiedersehen.